Our community is filled with exceptional people doing exceptional things. I seek them out to tell their stories. I'm Brad McEwen with AB&T, and this is Beyond the Bank.
I want you to expound on some of the people that have been so influential in your journey and talk to me about the ways in which they enriched your life.
There's so many of them. You know, you talk about people like Bob Hutchison, who, you know, actually gave me my first job in the club, and I actually assumed this role from for a year. He kind of was my mentor and preparing me for the role to be CEO. When you talk to people like Dr. C.W. Grant and the late Dr. Ernest Benson, both are instrumental in me going to Albany State University. Marshall Thomas, who still serves on our board, he's in forestry, really planted the seed in me, no pun intended, that I could and should go to graduate school. You look at the people like Michael Skip Nelson, who worked at our club for over 28 years, and really ran the club that I grew up in, so he's like a brother to me and kind of raised me in the club. And there's just so many people. I've learned so much from each one and every one of them who've kind of poured into me. So.
Now, Marvin, how does that make you feel as a kid who, you know, didn't grow up in the greatest of circumstances, to have that kind of support system outside of the home?
You're blessed. You know, there's an African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I'm blessed to have so many people in my village that help raise this child. And that's the same type of environment that I want to ensure every kid in this community has, is that we have to realize that Albany is our village, and the children are actually all of our responsibilities. And so I do what I can to bring forth all of the resources to bear to ensure that every kid in this community has a great place where they can go, grow, and thrive.
Yeah, a lot of the influences in your life were very positive, and anyone from the outside can see that was a positive influence. But you talked to me about another influence in your life that kind of showed you what not to do.
I have a lot of guys in my neighborhood that unfortunately didn't have the same opportunities that I had and found themselves in one or two places. I was either incarcerated or in the cemetery. But even still, those who are incarcerated, you know, they stay in touch. They call or write letters and send notes, letting me know that they're proud of me. But I'm really standing on their shoulders, because even when I decided at one point that I wanted to go for bad, those guys always protected me. They would never let me get too close to the fire, you know, or even get near the fire. They always wanted me to stay in school and used to always encourage me to do those things that are positive and right and never follow in their footsteps. So I'm really blessed to have them. Again, that's just another side of the village, you know. Not everybody is a business person, not everybody is a degree person, but there are some folks that come from similar circumstances that I am, that have had just as much a great impact on my life as those who have come from more affluent backgrounds.
You were able to get a lot of stuff through the Boys and Girls Clubs, and you had a lot of success there. How many kids in the Albany area are taking advantage of the programs that are being offered?
Well, we serve about 3,000 kids a year through membership and outreach services. So we do have a membership somewhere about 1,500, and then we serve another 1,500 through our outreach efforts.
As a person that has the kind of perspective you have and has seen all sides of this community, what would you say are some of the things that people overlook about this community that we hold dear and that we know is so special?
It's not who we are that's holding us back, it's who we think we're not. Albany is a great place to live, work, play, pray, and stay. I always talk about the 3 E's: education, experience, and exposure. The greatest of those 3 in my mind is always going to be exposure. We have to expose young people to a world that's greater than what they see every day. Expose them to different individuals. And when you see that kind of exposure, you see that maturation starting to happen, and you'll see a deeper appreciation for what we have here in Albany. You'll be hard-pressed to find another city our size that has the industry and the resources, the natural resources that we have anywhere in the country. And trust me, you know, I've had the opportunity to travel 43 states. I've been on native lands, I've been on military installations, I've been in big cities. You'll be hard-pressed to find any other place like this. And quite naturally, this is one of the greatest places on God's green earth. When you consider the natural resources that we have and the industry that we have and the great people that we have.
Amen. I love it.
All right.
Marvin.
Appreciate it. All right, man.